Imagine this. You're standing on the edge of a vast, unforgiving glacier, the wind howling like a beast from the depths of hell, whipping snow into your face that stings like 1,000 needles. The world around you is a frozen tomb, continents swallowed by ice sheets miles thick, the sky choked with dust that blocks out the sun, and temperatures plunging so low that even breathing feels like inhaling shards of glass. This isn't some dystopian future. This is Earth 26,000 years ago, during the last glacial maximum, when our planet seemed hell-bent on wiping out every trace of life. Animals vanished in droves, mighty species like woolly mammoths teetering on the brink. But amid this apocalypse, a spark of defiance flickered. Humans, our ancestors, didn't just endure. They thrived. They turned the Ice Age into a canvas for ingenuity, building empires of bone and trade routes that spanned continents. And it all starts with a single artifact that rewrote history: a deer's tooth pendant, clutched in the frozen grasp of a woman who wasn't a victim, but a pioneer in humanity's greatest survival story. Fast forward to modern times, where scientists unearthed her remains in a Siberian cave, her body curled protectively around that pendant. But this wasn't just jewelry. It was a key to unlocking secrets buried for millennia. When experts extracted DNA from it, yes, from a 20,000-year-old tooth, they discovered she belonged to a vast network of sophisticated survivors. Forget the Hollywood trope of grunting cavemen dragging clubs. These were engineers, traders, and innovators who laughed in the face of extinction. They faced temperatures 15 degrees Celsius colder than our harshest winters today, air laced with 25 times more dust than we breathe now, and a world where most megafauna blinked out of existence. Yet, humans? We said, challenge accepted. We engineered our way through the apocalypse with tools and tactics that would make today's survivalists green with envy. Let's dive into the heart of this epic tale, starting with the technological marvels that kept our ancestors alive. Picture the Yana River site in northern Siberia, a place so remote and frozen that permafrost has preserved artifacts like a time capsule. Archaeologists expected crude scraps, maybe a few sharpened stones. Instead, they uncovered an organized toolkit that screamed Industrial Revolution. Hidden away were needle cases, not makeshift junk, but sophisticated storage systems holding 192-eyed needles. Each one was a masterpiece, crafted from carefully chosen animal bones, fox for that perfect flexibility to weave without snapping, lynx for unyielding strength in heavy-duty stitching, and hair for the delicate, fine detail work that required surgical precision. Under electron microscopes, these needles revealed manufacturing secrets that belong in a high-tech factory, not a prehistoric cave. The eye holes? Perfectly circular, drilled with tools leaving microscopic spiral grooves, like a drill bit from a modern workshop. The points? Honed to razor sharpness, polished until they could pierce hides without tearing. This wasn't hobby crafting. This was mass production, 30,000 years before agriculture even entered the picture. And what were they making? Not just clothes. Oh no, these were layered survival systems. Fitted undergarments for insulation, outer garments tailored for mobility in blizzards. They invented underwear during the Ice Age. While Europe lay buried under glaciers, our ancestors strutted in custom Arctic suits that outclassed much of what we wear today. Imagine sewing parkas from animal skins, reinforced with sinew threads, all while the world outside tried to freeze you solid. These needles weren't tools. They were lifelines, enabling humans to conquer the cold one stitch at a time. But technology didn't stop at clothing. Travel south to Dolní Věstonice in what's now the Czech Republic, where, amid roaming woolly mammoths, people fired the world's first ceramics. These weren't crude pots. They were Venus figurines, sculpted with Renaissance-level detail, curves and features so lifelike you'd swear they breathed. Art in the apocalypse? Absolutely. It shows minds not just surviving, but creating beauty amid despair, perhaps to boost morale or honor their world. Now, brace yourself for the architectural wonders that shatter every primitive stereotype. About 15,000 years ago, at Mezhrich in Ukraine, humans didn't huddle in caves, they built palaces from the bones of their prey. Using the skeletons of at least 149 mammoths, they constructed elaborate dwellings that were engineering triumphs. Picture this: a structure 40 feet in diameter, walls soaring 12 feet high, built with interlocking mammoth skulls and leg bones in precise geometric patterns. Massive tusks formed the supports, joined by carved ivory sleeves that fit so snugly, not even a blade could slip between them. Inside, separate rooms for storage, workshops, even a nursery. Suspended floors allowed air circulation to prevent rot, and strategic heating systems kept the interior warm without suffocating smoke. To build this, they hunted and processed 95 mammoths, beasts weighing tons each. Transporting bones hundreds of pounds across frozen miles? That demanded teams, planning, and months of labor. They understood load-bearing physics, thermodynamics, and sustainable design. This wasn't a hasty shelter. Evidence shows permanent occupation for decades, with repairs and upgrades passed down generations. While the world froze, these people built cities of bone, hubs of innovation where families thrived. How did scattered groups pull off such feats? The secret lay in something bigger: networks. When scientists traced the origins of tools and materials, the plot thickened. Obsidian from volcanic zones appeared in settlements 300 miles away. Seashells from Mediterranean beaches decorated caves in Central Europe. Amber from the Baltic Sea reached the Black Sea shores. This wasn't luck or lone wanderers. It was trade, organized, long-distance commerce spanning continents during history's worst climate crisis. Logistics that would stump modern supply chains. Spondylus shells from the Aegean trekked 3,000 miles to the English Channel, crossing mountains, rivers, and territories. Harvesting, transporting, negotiating, dozens of groups coordinated like a prehistoric Amazon network. The breakthrough hit in 2023 with that deer-tooth pendant from Denisova Cave. Extracting DNA from it? Sci-fi stuff, but real. It belonged to a woman with genetic links to ancient North Eurasian populations, proving connections across vast distances. Worn regularly, it wasn't mere bling, it was ID, a badge signaling, "I'm part of the network," to strangers met on trade routes. Ice Age life? Not isolated tribes scraping by, but a continental society with protocols, agreements, and alliances. Trade wasn't just goods. It was survival insurance. Cooperation extended to hunts. Mammoth kill sites show butchering styles from multiple cultures side by side. Cave art blended regional styles, taking years and shared knowledge. Even isolated spots held foreign techniques via info exchange. But how did bodies adapt? Genetics reveal rapid evolution. Enhanced lungs for thin air, better circulation to limbs, efficient mitochondria for energy from scarce food. Not slow Darwinian shifts, these targeted changes emerged in centuries. Slimmer frames needed 40% fewer calories than Neanderthals' bulky builds. When the Ice Age peaked 21,000 years ago, temperatures at rock bottom, seas down 400 feet, dust veiling the sun, Neanderthals and Denisovans faded. Humans? We innovated. At Gesher Beno Yaakov in Israel, controlled fires hit 500 degrees Celsius, not just for warmth but chemistry. Waterproof adhesives from birch bark, fibers for ropes, preserved foods like deer marrow stored in skin-wrapped bones for 9 weeks. They knew seasonal differences. Autumn marrow lasted longer than spring's, and timed hunts, rotated stocks. Labs in caves, predicting weather, maximizing resources. Why did we outlast competitors? Neanderthals, stronger, cold-adapted, bigger brains. Denisovans, altitude pros, But humans cooperated with strangers. Alliances between unrelated groups shared resources when local ones failed. Trade backups, refugee welcomes, knowledge spread, these compounded advantages. By 20,000 years ago, a continent-spanning civilization emerged, resilient through networks. That pendant woman embodied it. Genetic ties across Eurasia, her artifact a membership card in humanity's first global society. Cooperation trumped all, helping strangers ensured collective survival. As the ice retreated, these networks seeded the future. Agriculture along trade paths, cities at gathering spots, writing for distant ties. The Ice Age didn't crush us. It sculpted our essence, resilient, collaborative innovators. Today, in our world of crises, climate shifts, pandemics, divisions, remember those frozen forebears. They faced oblivion and chose unity, turning despair into dawn. What if we did the same? Channel their fire, share knowledge, bridge divides, innovate boldly. The coldest era birthed our warmest strength, togetherness. In every act of collaboration, we honor that legacy, proving humanity's spark endures. The Ice Age taught us, alone we freeze, united we forge empires. Let's keep the flame alive. What worlds will we build next?